Folks, how you doing? We back with another hit show, The Actor's Cut. I'm your host, Hubert Guy. I have a wonderful, very talented actress in the building with me today, Miss Jaleesa Capri. We are going to talk with her. We're going to get to know her about her background, what got her interested and involved in acting, and the other things that she does, and we're going to take it from there. So thank you for joining us. And with no further ado, Miss Jaleesa Capri. Jaleesa, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming down and joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
I really, really appreciate this.
Well, I appreciate it as well.
Thank you. She's a great friend of mine. Great woman as well.
Oh, thank you.
So go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
So, hi, I'm Jaleesa Capri. Born and raised in Brooklyn. Went to Howard. Got my BFA in theater there. Been a lover of the arts since I was 8. And I'm here.
And
I'm
she's
happy.
here with me. And we making it happen again. So how did you get okay, quick story how I know this young lady. We just recently were in a play together last summer, or was it last summer, fall, called Faith Under Fire. Real great play by LaJoyce Brookshire. And that's how we met. That's how we've come to met. And she's done a lot of big things we're going to talk about. So I'm glad to have her here again. So let's get it started.
Yes. Yeah.
So tell us how you got started into acting and so forth.
So acting for me started at a young age. Story's kind of cliche, I guess, or just maybe my fairy tale. But I used to watch Michael Jackson on TV all the time, and I saw the impact that he had on the world and just the people falling out, and then also like all the philanthropy work that he was doing. And I was like, I want to do that. Like, I want to have that impact. And I couldn't sing. So my mom put me in a theater voice charm school, and I took it from there. The first thing I ever performed was Maya Angelou's Still I Rise, and that was amazing. And it was so cool to be able to like transform, and I had on like this African garb, and just to see the people just like mesmerized and in awe, and the conversations that happened afterwards about like strong, powerful women and stuff like that that came out of that was like, this is what I want to do.
Right.
This is how I want to leave my mark on the world, and I think this is my calling.
Right.
So. Yeah.
And there's a lot of different ways that you can do that with different roles that you can take on and so forth. Now, how do you feel about some of the roles now that not only African American people, but specifically African American women are getting now? It's a lot of lead roles out there, and it's a lot of Viola Davis really cleaned up and, phenomenal speech,
She's amazing.
At the Oscars this year, and hit show. And so how you feel about this?
I think it's amazing. I'm super excited. There was a point in time when I was like, I wish I was here, like years ago when things were just starting, and like I could be one of the first to do this and the first to do that. But I understand the struggle, or I don't understand, but I am sympathetic with the struggle and stuff that they went through and the path that they paved for us. So I am so grateful for that.
Right.
And now it's time for us to take it to the next level. And it's just amazing the fact that there are so many great African American roles out there that are multidimensional. Like, they are full, fleshed out human beings. They aren't just this like ghetto girl or like the mammy or like, you know what I mean? All the stereotypes they try to tack onto us. That is starting to shed away. We have a lot of work to do, but at least we are at the beginning, or we are furthering the path that has been laid for us already.
Right.
So.
And I haven't even seen too many of those roles. I've seen more of the more important roles that you were talking about that were playing, like the Viola Davis playing the professor, and Kerry Washington playing the aide, and then you have. What is her name? Please don't let me get it wrong. Simone Missick from Luke Cage playing the detective.
Yeah.
It's a lot of roles out there now that black women are taking on that is way different from the roles that they used to have.
It's not just in front of the camera; it's behind the camera as well. And I think that's where it starts. A lot of it, like if we can show the world that we will come out and see our stories, they will produce more of our stories. Because at the end of the day, it's about the dollar.
Right.
And that's something that's important. And a lot of times they'll feel like, oh, black people won't support this, they won't support that, they'll bootleg it, or they're not going to go to the theater. And that's not true.
Right.
If you give us things that we can cling to and that we feel strongly about, we will come out in droves, like church groups and all sorts of different organizations, because we can band together and actually see ourselves. It's important to see ourselves on stage or on film or any of that, because we need to know that there's someone else out there that is telling our story.
Right.
So,
and we definitely need that to be in a positive manner, especially within light of things not just going on now, but how things have been in the past and so forth.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be all positive as long as they're well-rounded. Like in Moonlight, like the mother's character, she wasn't positive, but she was real. And she was authentic. And it was balanced out with the other characters that were in there, so it wasn't all just like a movie full of like, you know, like drug users and stuff like that, but it had different elements, because we are multifaceted human beings, and to just box us into little corners isn't fair to us, it isn't fair to the viewers, it just isn't right. So give us a platform to tell our stories, especially with all the trials and tribulations that we have been through as a people, with slavery and before slavery. Let's talk about the kings and the queens. Let's talk about, like, we are a multifaceted people, and it is time, and I think we are taking the time to tell our stories.
Right. So. It's that time. It took a while, but you know, now is a great time, because also we have so many more outlets to tell it to.
Yeah.
So many more social media outlets, different programs. You know, they have so many new television networks. It's ridiculous.
It's almost overwhelming sometimes. It's like, wait, which one do I watch?
I don't even know what to watch.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just why I watch the same things over and over again. I'd be scared of new television shows.
I need you to broaden your horizons. Experience some new things.
I did watch the new episode of Walking Dead last night. Thank God I got caught up on that over the Christmas weekend. But oh man, it was so good. But yeah,
gotcha.
But it is a lot of different outlets out there for us to be able to tell our story on. Like I said, a lot of different TV channels, different podcasts people have now, radio shows, different outlets like this here, M&N, where you can produce your own show, public access, free to say anything you want, you know, have any type of content, you know, build your own series. You know, you don't have to do your show like this down here. You know, people have, you know, shows where they, you know, write stuff out, sketch comedy, skits, and, you know, just series and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's important for us to really take hold. And I think with us, with the younger generation that's looking at us too, I think they're gonna grasp hold of it even more, because we always say the younger generations are really smart, and this younger generation is really, really smart, and they see what's going on within our presidential administration and so forth with Trump. You know, and kids are so real. Quick, say this really. I'm gonna say this really quick, but this is my 9-year-old son, and he was dead ass serious. He said, "Dad," he said, if Trump builds a wall, how we gonna have taco night?" He was like really concerned. These kids, they be understanding because, you know, he goes to a school where, you know, he goes to a charter school, and it's a lot of kids, you know, different nationalities, and, you know, they talk, and they have had to have like counseling sessions in there for, you know, certain groups of kids that have been affected by this. So they see. So I think, you know, what even them now looking at us and seeing what we're going through and seeing what the opposition is, I think that's going to make it even better, and people will start doing more too.
I think it's also great for the arts as well. Like, a lot of times when, like, that's where a lot of the arts started, as far as like it was a place to escape, or a place so that when all these things are happening in your life, you can go to the movies and like live out somebody else's life, you know, vicariously through, you know, live vicariously through them on the television. And like, also this shows that, like, even though he's doing all that, Trump, like, we can band together and we can tell more of our stories, and we can just, you know, be more united than we were before. Because I think sometimes we get complacent, and like when Obama was in office, it was amazing to see that, and I am so grateful that my Nana was able to live long enough to see that, because my great-grandmother, I don't think she ever imagined for that to happen, but it did, and she was able to go out and vote. But I think we said, oh, good, whew, I can sit back now.
Right.
We got a black president.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
no, there is still work to be done.
Right.
That is a huge leap. But we still have to continue to take steps. Otherwise, the world is still moving forward, and we are still standing in the same spot, holding that trophy like, we have a black president. Yes. Okay, well, what are you doing now?
Right.
What are you doing to
Right.
further that legacy? So, like, I think this was a slap in the face, like, oh, wait, things
Right.
aren't safe.
Right.
I need you too.
Right.
Let's work together. Let's do this project. Let's make this happen. Let's sit down and have community night. Let's talk about the issues that are happening. What can we say with our art? Because I think as artists sometimes we forget that it's a platform. Or we remember but toss to the side like, that's not why I do art. I would do it because I love the characters. But yeah, at the end of the day, what are you saying through those characters? Or what are you saying when you get off screen? What are you using your platform for? How are you furthering society? What are you telling the little girls that are looking up to you, or the little boys, or even the people who are your peers? What are you telling the people around you? How are you leaving your mark?
Right.
So,
And that's
yeah.
very important. That's very important, and we do have to use this as a platform. I think it's kind of like a duty. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I think it's kind of like a duty. I mean, because people look up to you, and even so more now, they want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
Everybody has something to say, whether it's on this side or on that side. Everybody has something to say, and people want to hear it.
Yeah.
So it's important for people to speak out for what you believe in, you know, for what is right, and that will only allow more people to, you know, be more themselves and hopefully, you know, speak up too. So we can start speaking out and getting more things taken care of like we need to.
Yeah, it's important.
I love humanity. I love a peaceful humanity. I love that. You know, it's nothing like planet Earth. I mean, I can say that because I haven't been to any other planets yet, but it's nothing like planet Earth.
But even like, you know, during the Oscars, like that whole pass off from like the way it happened with La La Land to Moonlight, like they were so gracious about passing it off to them.
Right,
you know
right,
what I mean?
right,
It wasn't like, wait, no, you sure?
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? It was just this gracious like flow, like, all right, I give you your props. You
Right.
got that. You won that. You know what I mean? And it didn't have that edge of like, you know.
No, it didn't have none of
It
that.
was so awesome. You know what I
It
mean?
didn't have
So
none of
I
that.
appreciated that element of it. And I also appreciated that it was a very African American production.
Oh
that
yeah.
won, you
Oh
know.
yeah. Oh yeah.
La La Land's cool, but you know, I love our true, authentic stories. That
Moonlighting did very well this year.
Yeah.
At all the awards, award
Yeah.
shows, they did very well, and I was very happy too. And they still, you know, they still had enough. And when the director from La La Land had went up, and when he had found out, he immediately called him up. He's like,
Yeah,
no,
like,
no,
no.
this is not a joke.
is real. Like, come on up. Yeah.
You won. So he snatched the tickets to Moonlighting, you know.
Yeah.
So and that's and I think. You know, some people's like, oh, that was planned, but you can't really plan nothing like that.
No,
And then,
I don't think that was planned
And
at
then
all.
those emotions, and I think just within that showed like unity.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it showed like
You
we
know,
banding together.
it was.
We don't have to be like these separate islands. Like, and that's something I had to learn growing up because I always was trying to do it myself. Like, it was, you know what, I'm going to be the most talented person on my own, and I'm going to make it, and I'm just going to take all these classes, and then my talent's going to speak for itself. I don't need any help because I never wanted to look like I booked this role or got this because I knew this person or I knew that person. So I was like, no, it doesn't matter who I know. I'm going to do it myself. But I've learned throughout life that I am not an island. Like, you need to band together with other people to make it happen. And not that I was like being secluded and just like not having friends. It was like, this is my friendship land and this is my acting land. And my acting land says it's just me and I can do it by myself. Yeah. If you're out there thinking that, learn it early. You can't do it by yourself. I
You
promise.
need somebody.
You need other people to make it happen. And it's not a matter of like, oh, so what? So someone else helped you get it. Yes. Someone helped them get to where they are, and someone helped that other person to get where they are. So we all have to do it together. And
Right.
there's no shame in that.
Right.
There's no shame in accepting help. And then how you pay it forward is you make sure that you take the best of that opportunity and you make that person proud, and then you pay it forward to the next person. So
Right.
that way it's not like this using thing, it's this like give and take and this,
Right.
you know, reciprocal effort. So
And you using this like, yo, why don't you hook me up with this? Yo, let me get, you know,
Yeah.
somebody's like, listen, you know, I really think you're talented. You know, they come at you with something genuine. I mean,
yeah. With that, I would be like, yes, thank you. And I'd be
Yes.
like, okay, I'm going to do it myself. I got this. I got this. I'm going to show you that I could do it. Hoorah. Yeah, no.
Hey, listen, if anybody wants to give me a lead role right, like today. Look, my number's on the screen. 917-208-1280. Call me.
You can book us together. You know what I mean?
Book us together.
I am here.
This is your
leading
leading man and your leading lady for your next film right here. Because you see, look how good we look on. We have good chemistry already.
Mm-hmm.
We've already worked together.
They call me like the young Angela Bassett, the
So-
young Viola Davis, you know, like little combo. So I'm here.
Hook us up.
Hook me up.
Numbers right there.
I'm learning. But you know, just on a real, like, it's just.
Don't forget to check.
But yeah, so that's just something important that I think, like, is a lesson you have to learn early.
Right.
And even with calling people, if they're like, oh, call, you know, I can help you. Now, some people are bogus and don't really mean it.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are those people who genuinely mean it. And you're like, oh, I don't know when to call. Or I don't know if I should. And I don't know. How about you just take the chance? Do
Right.
it. See what comes of it. If nothing, you already know the answer if you don't try.
Right. Right.
It's already no.
Right.
So if you try and put yourself out there, at least it's better than you not trying at all.
Exactamundo.
Lessons I learned the hard way.
Hey, you got to learn them somehow.
I know.
We got to learn. The easy way or the hard way. It's like taking the stairs or the window, and I'm going to get you sucker. It's either or. Pick which one you want to do.
Yeah. Very true.
So who did you like when you were kind of like who would you watch on TV? Like who did you see and really enjoy to watch? Or who do you enjoy to watch now?
Like I have a few like people that are in my like, ooh, I want to work with you. Like I just love what you do. Viola Davis is one, of course. Like just to see her hustle and what she's done and what she's accomplished, and like her freedom to just be and truly live those characters without like, what does my face look like? How does this look? Is this position right? You know what I mean? It's just like, no, these are real authentic people. And like the strength of like Angela Bassett, like she's amazing and she transforms completely into characters. And Nia Long and like, you know, I just like, those are the type of people that I look up to. Denzel Washington. I am so happy that he is working on all of August Wilson's work because August Wilson is amazing. Yeah. And the stories that he tells are so amazing and like so true to us as people. And like the fact that he's going to have the opportunity or is taking the opportunity to pass on that torch, I am so excited about that. And I pray that I get in one of those. Like I am putting it out there into the universe. Just get me in the room and I can do the rest. Right. You know what I mean? I just want to be around. Right. You know?
I understand.
But those are people that I like truly look up to and I admire.
Right.
And there are more, but those are like my core few. Right. You know?
So tell us about you were just on Blue Bloods recently. Tell us about that.
That was an amazing experience. Right. It was actually my first time ever auditioning for TV and I booked it. And you know what I mean? I booked it as a co-starring role on Blue Bloods, and it was amazing. The cast was so amazing. I had my own little trailer. I was like, yes, I'm living. I'm doing this. You know what I mean? It said, this is what I want to be able to do every day. Like when I wake up, this is what the type of things I would like to do. And it was so crazy in the audition room. It was like, okay, I have to calm myself down. I got to get it together because you just got to go in there and be the character. You know, because sometimes you get like, oh God, I really need this job. I said, no, if it's for me, it will be for me. Exactly. And then the callback room was so small. Like it was a lot of people in the room and like we were like this close on top of each other. And I just had to take a moment. I had to zone out into my space and say, no, okay, go live in the world of this character. Right. And then show them so that they can see you in that world. Right. And I guess it worked.
And you got it.
I did.
And you got it.
It did. And they were like, it was so cool and interesting to see like the different subtle changes that happened on set. And I had my own stand-in. And it was just like, oh, this is it.
Yeah, pretty nice little speaking role right there. That was
I had a great time.
That was so awesome.
It was amazing. The director was really, I told them towards the end, I was like, yeah, this is my first TV gig. They were like, it doesn't look like it. You're great.
Yeah,
so.
You'll get more.
Yeah.
More is coming.
Yes, yes.
More is coming.
God willing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, that is awesome. So, what do you prefer? What do you like better? Do you like doing the film and the TV? Do you like doing a theater? Like, which one of those do you?
I'm greedy. I want it all.
Yeah.
Like, I like all of them for so many different reasons. I love community theater because it speaks to different people and like there's usually conversations and stuff that happen afterwards. I love Broadway because like it speaks to a plethora of people and like there are more people that are coming in and you're telling these great stories. So it's reaching a wider audience. And at the same time, theater just gives you, it's like that gym, you know what I mean? It's an actor's gym, like because you have to be on all the time. Like you don't have a choice. You can't call cut, or you really shouldn't call cut at all anyway, but like you don't have that option. Like we can't say, oh, can we do that again? No, you have to roll in the moment, make it happen, and keep it going. And then I love TV because it is in everybody's house. Like anyone and everyone can see it.
My kids got a TV in their room.
You know, everybody can see it. So, and I love film because it lasts forever. Like TV does as well, but like film lasts forever. And you also build that camaraderie with the people around you, and that's amazing to have. And like you're telling a full story. And sometimes in TV you only get to dip in and out of different stories unless you are like a part of that main cast. But like TV's great as far as like sometimes if it's like sitcom world, you get to combine like the live audience of theater as well as the cameras, which are long lasting. So I want it all.
Yeah.
I just want to do it all.
Yeah.
You know?
We want it all.
Yeah.
Give it all to us. We'll take it. But we'll also utilize it the right way.
Yeah.
We'll spread the love. We'll spread the love, man.
With theater, like for example, like I love the fact that like you have to stretch and work and try new things, and sometimes you think, oh, I got this, but you never completely have it. Like there's always something to do differently, and like something like it's not you like in film, you know, if they call cut, it's done, we're moving to the next shot. In theater, I get tomorrow to try it again. I get tomorrow to soak in the energy and try a different way. Like I was in this production of Raising the Sun, which was amazing, and I played Beneatha, and like she has this serious moment when she's talking about Rufus and his head being cracked open, where like she really has to go raw and emotional and like this very vulnerable place. And I was using sensory recall, you know, and that was good for me, and I was like, you know, recalling a moment that, you know, got me in that space. But when they extended the run, because you know we had a good run, they extended it. It was like I got on stage and that didn't work anymore. It was like, oh wait, whoa, let me try something else. You know what I mean? I had to go somewhere else and like truly tap into what if this was me in this situation? Like, so you have to like try different styles in theater because sometimes they work and sometimes you need to keep it moving, but you have to do it in a split second because the audience is there, they're right with you, it's live, and you cannot fake it, you know? So
sometimes they may not know all the words that you're supposed to say.
But they know the emotion. They know that. Like, ooh, you didn't really mean that, girl.
Right.
But film does that too, like, because they're in your face. Like, the screen is like right here. It's like, those tears weren't real.
Right.
Do it for real.
I'm not going to say what film it was, but this actress, she was nominated for, you know, an award just recently, one of the award shows. And it was like a little crying scene, and I was still waiting for the tears. Like, I'm still waiting for the tears to come down. I shouldn't have said that. I'm not hating on nobody, but I'm just saying.
Sometimes people cry internally. I'm just trying to cover. I have no clue what
Maybe
she
was visualizing the tears inside of her head, and
but
she
there
had
are
the
some
outside
people
emotion,
who,
but just couldn't have the tears.
There are some people in life who like do not like to shed tears, so maybe that was a part of her character choice. You don't know. You know. I tried. You know? I try to look at both sides of the coin all the time, you know, because you never know.
You never know. And you know what? That's so funny because a friend of mine was in a barber battle, and he should have won the competition, but they screwed the cards up, and somebody else won. They put a Steve Harvey in an Oscars thing.
Don't go for Steve.
I'm sorry.
Don't come for him.
Stop hanging with Trump then.
Oh, man. You know, but with that, I will say, like, you don't know what the meeting was about or why, right? And it keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So if you're on the outside and you have no clue what's going on, you can't tell what their next attack move is. If you come on the inside and you kind of just have a conversation like, hey, yeah, what's going on? What are you doing? Hi. You're kind of prepared. And then you can prepare your people.
Well, Steve should let us know. If you wrote a book, Think Like a Man, you better write that book.
Hey.
Think how you need to think when Trump is in office.
It may be in the works, you don't know. But you know what I mean? Like, so everybody's getting on him, and I understand that side, but I understand the other side as well, because you gotta kind of.
Two sides to every story.
There are.
And I do truly understand that because I am a Libra, and I'm born right in the middle of the month, so I always think I got perfect balance. So I can look at both sides, but it's just sometimes it's just hey. Big shouts out to Steve Harvey. Big shouts out to Steve.
He does other great things. If you didn't like that, he does other great things as well.
He does a lot of great things. You cannot knock somebody for, doing one thing just because you don't like it. You can't. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad.
You don't have to be sorry
I don't
either,
know
because
both
you have your
stories.
right. You have a right to your opinion.
You're right. I ain't sorry. I ain't sorry. But I do understand that everybody has, it is two sides to both stories. I've never sat down with Steve Harvey and had a conversation.
Not yet.
And I've never sat down with Trump and had a conversation yet.
Maybe not wanting to.
Well,
Do you want to?
Well, my first thing would be like, my man, I brought my clippers and my scissors. Let me tighten that up for you right there.
No.
Hook Trump up.
He's not gonna let you touch his hair.
Why not?
I doubt it.
I ain't gonna do nothing but no. No, I'll line you up. I'll taper you up, Trump. I'll hook Trump up with the fresh little cut.
Now you say to do all that and say we gotta be friends. It's to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. What you hooking him up for?
Just with a little cut.
Moving on.
Okay, no cuts for you, Trump.
Good.
So give the people your information where they can get a hold of you, where they can find you.
Please follow me on Instagram. It's at Jaleesa Capri. So it's JaleesaCapri. That's me. It's like Jaleesa from a different world. That's where my name is from, actually. So that's nice and cool.
That was a great show.
Yeah.
That show still comes on TV One sometimes.
It was
have
cool.
all the old school
so a
shows
friend of
on
mine, we were in the car one day. Tracy Toms, she's an amazing actor and amazing person and like super genuine. But so I just want to shout out to Tracy. But we were in the car one day on our way somewhere, and she passed the phone to me, and I was like, "Hello," and it was actually Dawn Lewis on the phone. I was like, "Hi."
She's like, "You got my name."
And we had so many things in common. It was so cool, and she's from Brooklyn, and like it was just amazing. Like it was a surreal.
Is she from
experience.
Brooklyn? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
awesome. Or at least she lived here for a while. It was part of it. And then when I went to Howard, my first roommate's name was Whitley.
Wow.
It was crazy. I don't know if they saw it and like just had us. Yeah. It was. Now we didn't get along.
Well, Whitley didn't get along with a lot of people in real life on the TV show too.
No.
So
But I think it was cool. Like people thought it was nice and funny and stuff. But like, yeah, that was cool. So,
that's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. I thank you so much. Give me
Thank
some love.
you.
Thank you
Thanks
for
for
coming
having
down
me.
again. Yes.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Yes, this is Miss Jaleesa Capri. You can, and that's the same on Facebook too, right?
Yes.
If they want to find you on Facebook
Or Twitter, all
or
the same.
Twitter,
Jaleesa Capri.
Facebook, Instagram. Hit her up. This is a wonderful young lady. I thank you again for coming down. I look forward to seeing the things that you have coming up. I know you have a very, very bright future ahead of you. And we're definitely going to do some more work together because she's awesome. She's an awesome talent to work with. She's so awesome, and she brings a lot of energy, and she just knows what she's doing. She has her head on her shoulders.
Thank you.
That's just how it is. So, folks, thank you for tuning in to the Actors Cut again. This is your main man, Hubert Guy. I'm here with Jaleesa Capri.
Hey.
Peace. Awesome.
Coolios.
Awesome. I deal with a world of domestic violence between me and my wife,
No,
but
no, you don't.
it's reverse domestic violence.
Uh-uh. Whatever she does to you is because you make her.
I get threatened at least. Look,
You make her.
I just got I just got threatened.
It was cute.
Like
Good.
Well spoken, well done.
she said,
Thank you.
come here.
Because you don't know how to act sometimes, honey. You like how I have a belt.
Okay, let me take a picture of the three of us.
Yes.
See if
Oh.
oh, maybe we need to turn this way because the lights. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice right
That's good lighting.
Yes.
there. That was a good
I
show.
find it was. It was actually a great show.
I think it was better than the last
Does
one.
it work this time? You sure it's gonna play?
Yeah, I'm gonna check with the white boy. Check with the white boy.
Look, if not, he gets to buy you your first.
Hey, I made sure I get that.
When we go shopping.
The first thing I said when I came up in here. First thing I said.
Ooh, can you get a picture like this? Really? When?
And go back in there.
Should be here like 5:30. 5:15, 5:30.
I gotta head out because I'm going actually to the premiere of Underground today. And I love that show.
Oh, where?
The premiere of Underground?
Oh, yeah. That's right, girl.
I need him in it too.
Sometimes we can't get what we need. Such a ham.
I'm just saying, baby.
So cool. Great. I'm gonna post these up too. Oh, I wish I could stay there, but I need to get there.
Maybe she can get her. I think I told her. Let me check the time I told her to be here. Because I told her it was a dressing room here. She was to get dressed. So I told her. Oh, 5:30. So she'll probably be here about 5:15 around there.
And tell us a hi, because I gotta get there. I gotta get there by 5:30.
Where you going to?
World Trade Center stuff.
Oh, yeah. To go see the premiere of
yeah.
Underground. You just said that. I remember. I smoked, but I remember.
Do you remember?
Oh, Jaleesa Capri downstairs.
Great to see you. Thank you. Thank you. See you.
What station you gotta go to? 59th Street Station? Yellow Bell? You sitting out here with me, chilling. I'm patient, my brother not. I don't care. I'll be here all day. I'm just glad to be out the house. My damn hard drives failed us.
Mine did it.
Your hard drives failed.
Mine did it. Let's give it up for my hard drive.
Oh yeah. Your hard drive was crashed.
That's what you needed.
I gotta get it on here before I go someplace else with no internet. It's trying to get onto my phone, but my phone out of that. Always. Always.
And drop those over Obama phone.
Hmm?
Obama phone, they don't need no Skype calls. They can flash you until like 7 minutes.
That's a phone. Everything else we got now is a computer.
It's about the mouse.
Yeah, I guess that'll have us still closer to it.
sheets, I think they're finished.
Yeah, you can grab this one.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Okay. Secretary? Okay, I see. That's it, please.
Yeah, that's mine, because I'm still on the phone.
Oh, I didn't know it was off, so I didn't know.
No, that's okay.
I didn't know. As you see, I came and turned it right
I
in.
know, that's mine though. You need the computer?
Well, I did because I didn't know nobody was on it. That's why I was going to use it. But if you're using it, go ahead. You still on it?
Yeah.
That's fine.
I just came to.
Yeah, they're editing it. Why did you upload this?
I didn't know because
You didn't ask.
I was going to use it. I
You
didn't
didn't
ask,
ask.
but I didn't see nothing.
You didn't ask. There's a drive.
This is my job.
But there's a drive plugged into it. That doesn't mean it's a mistake.
But I didn't know that. That's what he said.
It's editing. It's when you editing like right out progress.
I'm sorry.
Next time.
We can pop it back on there.
No, no, that's fine, I mean, that's okay.
You were exporting, right?
Yeah. No, actually, no, that's why I said it was okay, because if I would.
Yeah, it would have been a different reaction. My reaction would have been like, ah!
You gotta wait for 1 minute.
Ryan.
Sorry.
Hi, Penny, do you need this? When I go down there?
I needed 1 minute. Let me just help with my plate.
I was just going to put the transition.
What kind of transition?
Whatever you need, maybe I should look at it.
Yeah, oh, you know why? Because it's coming up
This
as
thing.
it's freaking work cut. I don't know why people decide that is what it is. But I would just go here.
And just pull it back off. I can make the dissolve and transition.
Yeah, it is a transition.
I mean, it's default.
Yeah, what you can do is select it as default transition, and now you can do what you're doing over there.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm gonna help her over here, so you got time. You
How
got
did
one.
you make it larger? Can you make it smaller?
Oh, sorry.
That makes it larger.
That makes it smaller, that makes it super zoomed in.
Thank you.
If someone's using that computer, we don't have any available at the moment. Someone's actually still waiting for one, so you're next in line.
Where you went? Where you went?
This is your job, or the one that's plugged in there is already your job?
Well, they didn't do that.
Do you want to use this one though? You already have the same one plugged in back there.
No, they have another one there? No.
Yeah, there's another one plugged in. It's called ADAMWA.
Something like this?
Yeah, it looks exactly like that.
It is, I have a one, okay, let me see.
Andre, I thought you had one.
Move it on now, when there's maybe somebody else.
Is this you?
Oh my God, don't do that.
Yeah, that's
My
you.
black car. So then this one don't belong to me, that's what you mean.
It does.
Where'd you
You
go?
don't have two?
Where'd you go?
Let's see what's on this one right now.
Z,
got it. You got two.
There we go.
All right, so just hang out. We're all
Okay.
copy.
Okay, wait.